Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see, today I'm going to be doing another package opening, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide, second edition. So I picked this up on Amazon. Very cheap. It was like $11, including shipping and handling. So it's like, all right, it's a good condition. I'm not sure if this is going to be the actual cover of it or not. I'm opening it up for the first time, and we'll take a look at it. We'll see if it's, if it's at least good condition. And this is coming from BookQuest out in San Diego, California. So, and a shout out to my Californian friends out there. Hopefully everything is going okay. I know they've been getting hit with a couple earthquakes yesterday, and I believe another one today. So, hopefully everything is going well out there. And thoughts and prayers for those that have lost property or become injured, or hopefully not anybody lost their friends or family, but again, thoughts and prayers out to the people of California in this, tough time. So going forward, let's see how we'll do this. So here's the package. Came in a bubble pack, and so here's the regular bubble pack, and we will see. So it is the cover that was advertised. So here we go, and wow, it's dark. So that's the same cover I have on there, and looks pretty good so far. So I'll give you a closer look. It is very dark today. It's a little bit gloomy, kind of cloudy, but you can see, edgewise, little dinging there, but really decent shape. Like I said, $11. Really can't go wrong. I'm going to take a look at this. So let's crack this thing open. This is my very first time seeing this, and of course my camera is backwards. So let me just do a quick flip. Let's see. We're going to rotate. There we go. No, I'd rather have flipped. Let's rotate back. Oh, now I'm not going to get that orientation. Okay, let's see. So here it is. Let's try. I'm going to try to do that again. So sorry about this. This is the unscripted and unchained part. So let's rotate again. There we go. All right, and we will fix this. All right, so let's see. My first time looking at it, I might have to adjust opening it up. So here we go. And as I can already see, it lays flat down. So World Adventure, Dungeon Master's Guide. So this particular one is, don't see, I must be going blind or something. I don't see the date, copyright date. At least it's not jumping out at me just yet. Page stuck together. All right, let's see. So this is the second edition designer, Zeb Cook. And this particular, saying, looking for a date. Man, they certainly do not say. Well, the latest date on this one is 1995 TRS. So I'm going to, this is, yes, 1995. First printing, April 1995. So I believe this is the revised edition of second edition. So what I'm looking for here is not just general contents. I mean, you have character ability scores, you have character races, classes, and what I'm looking for is I'm looking for differences from the other editions that I now have. So first thing I notice right here is that they're still using thieves. They're still using thieves as a instead of rogues, which I always preferred actually. So let's see. Let's take a look at page 30, thieves, and I'm looking at the general, quality of the pages, and I've never actually seen the layout of this book before. I kind of skipped this whole edition. I stopped playing Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in, I want to say, around 1987 or so. And so I never moved from AD&D first edition to second edition. I went at that point almost solely computer RPGs, and basically when I graduated from high school in '85, and I hung around for about 2 years doing college, and there were some, I still had my gaming group still around until they kind of broke off and went their own separate ways. And so I never actually got around to playing tabletop anymore. At that point, it was strictly computer by that point. So the layout is very clean compared to first edition. I mean, first edition, it's just cram packed with a lot of information. And even though this has information, it's just the font size is a little bit larger, and just the layout is a lot cleaner and easier to, understand. So thieves. So here I am, chapter 3, character classes. Thieves are often people who don't fit in elsewhere. Unlike other classes, nearly all thieves are adventurers, often by necessity. True, many settle permanently in a single area and live off the local population. But when your life tends to be in defiance of local law, you have to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Each job is an adventure involving great risks, including possibly death, and there are perilously few opportunities to relax and let your guard down. Now, Thieves happens to be, one of my favorite classes to play. I kind of like playing those characters that are kind of on the edge of morality and, a little bit, darker in their outlook on life. So I still have alignments. So let's see, lawful, let's see what they have here. So chaotic neutral is usually the kind of character that I like to play. So there is no government, anarchy is the rule. A stranger to such a town may feel as if he has ridden into a town of madmen. I don't always think chaotic neutral was that like over the edge. I mean, Conan the Barbarian is often considered to be chaotic neutral. And Pirates of the Caribbean, you have Jack Sparrow is chaotic neutral. So the characters don't have to be out of their mind crazy, as that would make it seem, but some artwork. Artwork's interesting. I mean, it's not your traditional, at least in my view, it's not like the traditional Dungeons and Dragons artwork. It's a little bit different style to it. I'm used to it being much more, much more environment. I will do like a comparison by comparison when I get all of the core 3 books from everything. I'm waiting on my other 2, the Player's Handbook and the Monstrous Manual for second edition, which should actually come fairly soon. So still flipping through. And Magic. Now this is the DM's guide once again, so it's not going to have as much detail in these very specific areas. Let's see what they do in the DM section. So I'm going to go back to the table of contents and let's see, not just the tables. I'm not as interested in the tables. I'm looking to see what other things they have set up specifically for the Dungeon Master to a short history of commerce. I'm looking at money and equipment, a short history of commerce, goods, letters of credit, barter. All right, so they go into various types of systems. I guess that's kind of interesting. I'm looking to see if they. So here is all the appendices of NPCs, and they're going into time and movement, DM's miscellanea, lycanthropy, the planes, treasure tables. No mention of any specific world building type of sections. Encounters, magic, combat. A big section on alignment, like I said, money and equipment, short history of commerce. Let's take a look at that, 49. Oh, skipped right over it. Here we go. Monetary systems aren't always based on coins. Many different forms of exchange can be used simultaneously. Take, for example, the real world around the year 1200. Currency included regulated gold and silver coins by Byzantium and the Middle East, the licensed mints of England, and paper currency of China, the cowrie shells of Oceania, and the carved stones of Aztec lands. These were only a few forms of money. All right, and money could take. All right, so coins, barter, and nothing else. So not very much as far as world building is concerned. I'm kind of interesting, kind of interesting to me there. We're in the combat section, chapter 9, and saving throws chart. So it's still based on, so priests, rogues, warriors, and wizards, and then others kind of fold into those main character groupings. And then they have various stats for, paralysis, poison, and death magic, rod, staves, and wands, petrification and polymorph, breath weapons, and spells. Now, once again, not to get too much into the editions wars and everything, but I've heard it from quite a few that 2 is really a pretty solid system, streamlining much of what was a little bit extra in AD&D first edition, and I've also heard quite a few positive things about third edition as well. For first edition is criticized mainly because of how dense and crunchy it is, although a lot of people still play first edition. Fourth edition is not very popular at all, but I'm certainly going to jump into that a little bit. Military occupations, I'm looking here. Let's see, I bring this down a little bit for you. So this is like hiring monthly wages. So archer, artillerist, bowman, cavalry, different, heavy, light, medium, and so on. I said I'm just glancing through and just seeing what pops out at me as I go through. But the book is in great condition. I mean, that's really quite surprising. It's it's laying pretty open, so it's definitely a used copy. I mean, it's not like the last opening that I had done where the pages would, really bow up and, it cracked when I opened it up. Now, this was definitely used, but kept in really, really good condition. So I'm happy with this. I mean, you can't go wrong for $11 on an older. I typically see this for a little over $20, and that's about what I paid for the other two books. And we come back here. Here's the essential manual for the D&D game Dungeon Master. All of the information you need to create and run thrilling sword and sorcery adventures is clearly laid out in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Learn all there is to know about magic items, magic spells, hundreds of magical devices and treasures, battles, travel, experience awards, and more. This fresh new format is your guide to the challenging world of the AD&D Dungeon Master. Very, very cool. So I'm quite satisfied with this. So once again, another purchase. If you're working on rebuilding a library like I am, and getting back some of the old editions that you might have gotten rid of over the decades, there's plenty of places where you can go and you can find really good bargains. And once in a while you'll find one like this. I mean, this was listed as good. I would say this is actually very good. So I was kind of lucky that I have one here that exceeded expectations and exceeded the description. So I will certainly go in there and give a shout out to who I purchased this from on Amazon, and definitely give them 4 or 5 stars. Delivery was pretty fast as well. Price was incredible, and the quality very, very good. So once again, thanks for joining in. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If there's anything you'd like for me to take a look at, if you have a current Kickstarter that you're either running yourself or of that you think that I might be interested in taking a look at, you can see if you look through my video library, I have a wide range of interests and all types of games, different formats, and that's what this channel was really designed to be. Was it's a place for me to look into these games, both old and new, for the first time in many cases, so that you do see my reaction to it, which is the unscripted and unchained reaction to it. When I get something and I'm disappointed, you probably hear it in my voice. I was like, oh, you know what? This is not, really what I was hoping for, though. I like to trash things. And when you hear my excitement, you're going to know, like in this case here, very, very excited about this. And I'm, going to put that out there as well, that, hey, this was a great buy and I'm super, super happy. So again, thanks for joining. You have a good rest of the weekend. I'm kind of off my days. I'm not thinking because of the holiday. I'm still forgetting that today is Saturday. But enjoy the rest of your weekend. I look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime soon. I'm going away on vacation next week, so there might be a little lapse in videos. I'm expecting the companion books for this. Hopefully they come on time. If they come by Friday, that'll be great, because then I'll do another one of these videos. And like I said, once I get all of my editions, first through fifth core books together, then I will do a video just kind of going through each one and showing, these are the aspects of the game that I found, or at least of that edition that I found to be, really stand out. And each edition has its own, its own positives and some of their own negatives as well. So thanks for joining in. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good rest of the weekend.